Valentine is coming.
Where is your boyfriend? How many dates have you been in this week? Like, what is your relationship like with your siblings?
Do you think you should ask someone their views on sex before marriage?
Angzak?
Come enjoy the life, baby, take a ride. I just wanna find you.
Hello and welcome to Within. I'm Mthembu.
And I'm Denise Steinbank, and we are on episode 3.
Fun times today because it's a Valentine's episode.
Yeah.
Valentine is coming.
Where is your boyfriend?
So we're going to be talking about first date questions. Mm-hmm. So we're going to discuss a few questions and whether we think they're appropriate or good questions to ask on a first date. Mm-hmm. And our 3 options are yes, no, or possibly.
Yeah.
And then you must qualify why.
Yes. So we'll show the answers like this. It'll be a yes, possibly, or no.
Yeah.
Right, so that is, should this be a first date question? Right, let's get into it. Okay, so the first question is, do you know your credit rating? Is this a good first date question?
Okay, ready?
Mm-hmm.
No.
I see.
So, for me, the reason why I said possibly is that I would word it differently.
Yeah.
I would want to find out about what your relationship is like with money, rather than a number.
Yeah.
You know, and I think that maybe it's forward for a first date, maybe wait, but also I think being frank sets a tone.
Yeah.
Like, we're here to be honest, chief. Let's
and
go.
also, on most dates, because you go to eat, there's always that bill situation. And it gives an opportunity to sort of talk about money.
Yeah.
So your relationship with money, I said no specifically because, I mean, low key, you kind of can figure out a little bit their relationship with money by how they treat that situation.
Yeah, like
I mean,
how
some
they
people are just
tip.
like, obviously I'll pay. Like it's not a conversation that comes up, it's seamless.
Yeah.
You know? But with some people, there's that awkward mental, funny, when people are calculating what you ate.
and I think it will make everything so much more comfortable when you know, even like the whole, do you believe guys should pay for all the dates?
Yeah. Just
so now you're comfortable, because there's nothing worse than being on a date and you're like, should I order the kiddies meal? Because but anyway, ask collab. Okay, another question is, do you have children?
Yeah.
Do you think that should be a question you ask on the first date? Okay. Yes. Okay. Done deal.
Obviously. That's an important one. Okay, so just spiraling off that, do you have children? Do you want children?
Yeah.
Because,
okay.
I mean, that's a good question.
That's deep though.
Because you could have children but might not want anymore.
Yeah.
Or you could just not want children at all.
Do you want children on a first date? Okay.
Okay, qualify.
I think it's a little bit deep, hey?
Yeah.
I think it's a little bit deep because here we are just, I don't even know if I like you yet.
True.
So maybe it's not even your business. Maybe we're not going to even go on a second date.
Yeah.
So we're really here to see if
I think that for me, it's just that children are a huge part of my life. And so I would absolutely ask that question. Children are around me a lot.
Yeah.
So a person who doesn't want children may not like children, and even if we don't have children, I mean, I know that this is far off and it's just your first date, so but children are always around me. So what if you just how you're going to hang out with me. And I talk about children also.
Yeah, you do. More than me, and I have a child.
I talk about children a lot. So that's an important thing. So if you're always just like rolling your eyes every time, so that could be a problem.
Before you even
decide
to like him okay, I get it.
Yeah. All right.
Okay. Should you ask if they are dating anyone right now while they are on a date with you?
How many dates have you been in this week?
Are you seeing someone? Like, is there someone out there who thinks they're your girlfriend?
Yeah. Okay. Absolutely. Hi, Mo.
These are pertinent questions.
Very important.
Pertinent. Yeah.
Okay. Speaking of dating and dating other people, do you believe, or the question would be, does the person believe in dating for marriage, or they're just like, let's just see how it goes, you know? Yeah. First date,
would you ask if they are dating for marriage?
Yeah. What did you say?
I said yes.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay. Possibly because, I mean, again, just thinking that it's a first date, but then would this be like, are they dating for marriage can kind of seem like, do you want to marry me?
It's a proposal.
I think low-key, if you're asking people like, do like stuff about marriage in any shape or form,
just the
then
M word.
It could, the M word on a first date, I think maybe if it comes up naturally, then absolutely.
Yeah.
But if it doesn't, I wouldn't ask.
Yeah. And the reason I said yes, I think, is it also informs how we date. Do you know what I'm saying? Like where we go, what I wear, what I talk about. If we're dating for marriage, I'm going to ask very different questions to if we're just having fun, seeing where it goes. Because I have, we're just going with the flow.
And also how often maybe you go on dates will be different.
Exactly.
Then, I mean...
And like, am I accepting that other date offer that someone...
If we just sing...
Then after this, I have somewhere to be. Okay. Should you ask about past relationships, and specifically how many partners have they had previously?
Okay. What is yours? No. I think it could, again, if it's something that would come up because of where the conversation is going, then it could be something to explore. But if it doesn't, I wouldn't just straight up ask that as is. And I wouldn't it's an awkward question. But also if it comes up, and I think that with some people, you just like, I ask deep questions unprovoked.
Yeah, you do.
So it could be that because of what you said, and I can see that you're vulnerable with your answers, and in that you want to get to know that aspect of me as well. So maybe I would ask that question back, but I wouldn't just start like, off. Yeah.
I think I just don't care how many.
Okay, speaking of okay, then we can go to like the serious stuff and like, what are your goals in life? That could be a question.
Yeah.
Like,
should you ask, what are your goals in life on the first date? Yes.
Because then what are you talking about?
Yeah, it sounds cliche, but I think it's so important to even just see, how their face lights up when they're excited about something, and how they speak about the things that they love. And because, I mean, along the line, you're going to be the thing that they're excited about. And do you also, like how
are you passionate about things? Anything? Like,
it's so telling.
You can literally, your passion could be playing the piano, and that could be just your passion, but your face, as you were saying, like how your face lights up when you talk about that thing, or painting, whatever it is, and you want to maybe publish your art, whatever it is that you want, and it could be something that other people consider small, but if you're passionate about anything and you have goals, actually have
what if
goals.
he's like, I'm passionate about gaming? Moving along.
I just imagine video games all day with the curtains drawn. Guys, my brother used to play video games all the time. And exactly. They used to just sit there for hours.
I mean, it's fine
hours.
if that's what you're passionate about.
But I mean, different strokes.
Okay. Should you ask about, like, what is your relationship like with your mom, or your, like, the mother figure in your life? Is that a question you could ask on the first days?
Okay. Are we just like deep people, maybe?
That's exactly what I was thinking. I was like, because it's us, and like the psychology brain of us is like,
yeah, exactly. It's always there. Just like in normal conversations with the person at the post office. Anyway,
exactly.
I think that this could be a conversation just like anyway.
Yeah.
But I think that it's so telling. And so it's not being like, oh, hi, how are you? So what's your relationship like with your mom? That is not how it actually goes. But it would be more of a... tell me about your family, and then you're learning what the family consists of, and then especially with the relationship to a mom or a mother figure or woman in their family, that can tell you a whole lot of other stuff, like just the relationship that they have with women and that they've lived with women before.
Or if you're a guy, what their relationship is like with the men in their lives, like their father or whoever the male figure was.
So that could be another question, like what a guy's relationship is with their father or their father figure. Would that be a first date question?
What is your relationship like with your dad? Okay.
Just say no. Bible standards.
It's us. Okay. Yeah, no. I don't know. Maybe.
I think in South Africa, men's relationship with other men, I don't know. I think it's tricky. Maybe it's just how. I don't think it's important because there's. Yeah, it's not.
But also it can be important because usually the father represents authority. So how a person who's never had that like traditional authority figure in their lives might find it difficult to relate with authority figures at work. Then you have a man who every time he has a fight with his boss, he quits. But that's a story for another day.
People like that. There are so many people like that. Actually, I guess on that sense. But also, it doesn't mean that if the relationship is bad, that they don't exist or they're not present. They could actually have a father figure, but have a strained
relationship.
Yeah, a strained relationship.
And also, it doesn't necessarily mean that if the relationship is bad, that now they are broken. I think a lot of it is awareness and how you speak about it. So I have a really strained relationship with my mom. It's quite difficult, and this is how I'm dealing with it. Instead of she's crazy, can't deal with it.
Exactly, the language that you use to explain it. Yeah. So that's important. Okay, so maybe you could also ask then, just going down, like, what is your relationship like with your siblings or cousins or whoever is in your immediate family?
Tell us.
Again, like, it could come up. I think, especially for first dates, like, okay, I'm not like into food dates.
Yeah, she's not.
So, like, if we're talking, like, what are we going to talk about besides? Again, I think it is a me thing because then my relationship with my siblings is we're tight. So, like, if yours is not, I think you'd have a problem with me always making time for my siblings, you know, and just, or not have a problem, but we wouldn't understand it as much, like the things that I would do for my siblings, just in the long run. Maybe not a first date as a question as if to say like, what is your relationship like with your siblings, but just like, oh, tell me about them. And obviously with the tell me about them, you can tell.
Yeah, and because it's a big part of your life, like your siblings are a big part of your life. Yeah.
So I'd adjust my schedule for them.
Yeah.
And so if someone doesn't get that kind of thing, then they'd be like, Aibo,
what's happening?
It's just your siblings. Why are you changing your whole life for them? You know? Yeah.
Okay. And on the topic of family, would you ask like when do you think is the right time to introduce someone to your family? Like
so the guy introducing you to their family.
Or vice versa. You know,
expect to be introduced to my family.
Yeah, so like when do you think is this? Not you.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, no.
Sounds like necessary. An invitation. Sounds like you're like, please invite me.
I couldn't eat.
Okay, so another one you could ask, a simple one, is do you pray? I think that where people get their source from, or their straight from, or their, you know, guides from, because some people get their advice from their friends. Like, let me ask the guys.
And the guys are the final authority. Like, they're the last number of advice. Like, John.
Yeah, so a very important one.
Okay.
For me. Possibly, okay.
Possibly. And I think only it's an important thing, but only because I think you kind of get a feel for it. Like, when the food comes, before we eat, do we pray?
Oh.
You know, like you can kind of
gauge,
see. And like when you're talking about your passion and your goals, like anywhere in there did you mention like, oh, I prayed so hard for this? And I think it's a thing that just kind of comes up. So you wouldn't really need to ask. I think it's a strange question. If somebody asked me like, so do you pray?
Do you mean now?
Like daily,
I think when you put it like that, I actually think that it will come up. Maybe even not maybe even not on the first date.
Yeah,
it could actually come up in other conversations.
But soon.
And so definitely soon.
Yeah. Yeah. Or like even if we're talking and I'm telling you about something that's difficult that I'm going through, like is prayer a thing that comes up? Like,
and then with prayer comes like counseling or therapy. Like,
now
what's your view on that
now? Okay, yeah.
So that would be a good question as well.
How do you feel about therapy? Ready.
Okay.
Okay. A whole you.
Absolutely. Again, it's one of those things that I think could come up because of what I speak about.
Yeah.
You know?
I think it's definitely going to come up if someone's on a date with you.
And then, so it's not something, like you said with prayer, it's not something that I think I'd literally ask, but I think that I would gauge already. Like, if they're like, oh no, oh okay, you know, you can see when someone sounds bored about what you're talking about. So I think,
or they're like really. I think I
why you got problems?
I think I definitely ask because it's something that I think a lot of people don't necessarily think about, so they maybe don't know what their stance is. So asking the question outright forces them to actually think about, oh, what is my position in therapy? Do I think that it's necessary? Do I think it's not? That kind of thing.
Yeah, but then again, it's that's an important thing that you just said there, that people don't know.
Yeah.
So even if they say no, it's not, I'm not really into it, then it doesn't. It's not like red flag, you're out.
Sure, because they're gonna continue to think about it.
Yeah.
And then they might come back like a month later and be like, yeah, Z, actually.
Exactly.
Yeah, for sure. Do you think you should ask someone their views on sex before marriage?
Angzak?
Do you think you should ask someone their views on sex before marriage? Do you think that should be, a conversation, a question? Yeah, definitely that.
And that's that on that.
That's that.
Okay, so also you could ask someone like what they do for fun. I know it's a weird question.
It sounds cliche.
It is. Like, what do I do for fun? I don't know.
Okay.
No.
I say possibly because then, we're dating. We're going to be spending time together. So just to get a feel for what are we going to be spending time doing.
I see that, but you know what? It's such, like, I don't know what I do for fun. Like, because I know
what you do for fun.
There's a lot of things that I would do, but also then there's always like, that question sounds like, tell me about yourself.
It does.
Sounds,
It
you
does.
know. So maybe I think that's stuff that you can again pick up when people talk about the things that they do every day or they do
like during
nowadays.
story time. You see.
Yeah, where are these
so-
stories going? Are they sports orientated? And they're just, and then you're like, oh, so you're into sports, what, and then you can
Sure.
just,
Yeah.
But if you're just asking what do you do for fun, I absolutely would choke. I'd just be like, fun. I sleep.
Got you.
Yeah.
You do those sleep for fun.
Yeah. That's definitely a sports and a skill. Yeah.
Okay. Do you think that you should ask them their age on a first date?
Okay.
How old are you? Yeah.
Yeah.
Important. Pertinent.
Very. Yeah. Do you want to elaborate? No.
No.
I mean,
That's that on that.
it is what it is. Okay. So, when their birthday is? Should you ask that on the first date?
Next thing people are expecting.
Exactly. No shame. First dates.
Okay, but that's not the only reason why people are. Do you think you should ask their zodiac sign or their star sign?
Okay. Let's see. No. I said possibly because, like, if it's something that some people are into, it. So if it could come up, like, let it. It's one of those things that people, and it could be a good conversation starter. I think, because then you're talking about like star signs and what you believe, and then also character traits. I mean, like, I'd let people go on and just tell me about. Tell me why. I'm a Leo, and I'm actually like a typical Leo. How?
That is actually a good way to know
people
things about. So, like, someone's like, I'm a Virgo, and you're like, are you problematic? Are you problematic?
What are you saying about Virgos?
You guys are Beyonce.
Yeah, no.
Like, work, perfection.
I'm not a Virgo.
You're not?
No.
You were getting touched. You're in Aries.
Yes.
You're in Aries. Okay.
I know. You also feel some type of... Okay. So, another first date question is, what's your perfect date? Would you ask that?
I would not.
Because you're gonna expect me to make it come true, or
Really?
like you're gonna expect it to come true, and not just feel pressure. If I could see that I'm stepping into your perfect date right now, I'd feel so much pressure.
Sure.
If this was it,
Okay.
and you're like, we were at a picnic, and I'm like, oh, we're at a picnic.
Oh, this. Your ideal date.
I mean, like, I'll spoil it for you.
Yeah.
You know? So that's why I would not.
Sure. I think I might want to know because it just tells you, you know, what they find loving and romantic and fun, and you know, yeah, I think that's but somebody might think too deeply into it. You're right.
Yeah, especially if like I'm like, oh, we're here at your perfect dates. Okay,
but also I'd be like, yes, you know,
or
like
people could actually have good answers, like a perfect date would be with you.
That's corny.
I'm dead. I would love it. I'd be like, you know, that's what I was thinking.
So it's the me for you.
Exactly.
Okay. All right, it's different strokes. Okay. Do you think you should ask people what's on their playlist or what they're listening to, music-wise? Yeah, important question.
Yeah, I mean, music tells a lot. Okay, so then you could also ask, what is your celebrity crush? Who's your celebrity crush?
Do I want to know?
No, fam. I feel like celebrity crushes in 2021. Wow.
You feel like people shouldn't have them?
Not at our big age, sis.
I'm trying to think if I have one. Right now,
have one. Maybe in your childhood, maybe that could be a thing.
Yeah.
Like I loved Asha and Jay when I was growing up. I had posters and everything. But like, I mean, I love Asha's music now, but he's not, like, I don't fantasize about him. And like, it's not deep.
Yeah. I think right now for me, celebrity crushes are very short-lived.
Yeah.
So like right now, because I've been watching Lupin or Lupin, whatever y'all call it, Lupin. It's Omar Sy because that's what I'm looking at all day right now.
Yeah.
But yeah, you're right. They're not as big of a deal. I think
it can't be like a whole entire like
I love her.
Oh my gosh, like. You can't have even like memorabilia, pictures on your phone. That's childish.
Yeah, we don't do that anymore.
Yeah,
I don't think people have celebrity crushes. Please comment, guys. Do you have celebrity crushes?
Okay, even South African, Jane.
South African ones.
No. Like you can like people, but
okay, maybe like defining crush is an important thing. What is a crush?
But like my crush, okay, so with your crush, like, okay, I'm thinking back to like childhood. With your crush, you have like their pictures and you have like their lyrics or whatever it is that they do. Like you follow them. If this movie has them, you have got to watch it. Like you want them, you want to see them.
Yeah.
Like you want to see them.
I think it's maybe like it's the crush evolves. So now you just probably follow them on Instagram and you like all their pictures.
Never. I don't like anyone's pictures. Like celebrities, just like start liking all of their pictures.
Yeah, like right now my celebrity crush actually is Raina Biddy. But like yeah, she's a poet. But like,
I think
so like I'm just obsessed with her right now, and every time she posts something, I'm like, she's so wise, and like,
I
oh my gosh, she's so pretty.
wouldn't call it a celebrity crush though. I would say that I admire that person.
Yeah,
these are people that I admire. These are people whose minds I admire. Sure. Like I would say, oh my gosh,
like
if I saw something that Brene Brown posted on Netflix, and I'd be like, absolutely, that's the first thing I'm gonna watch, because I admire the way that she thinks and whatnot. But she is. Absolutely, I don't have pictures of her on my phone. I wouldn't.
Okay, ever. I get you.
So, like, celebrity crushes for me
are childish.
I feel like not at our big age.
Okay.
But if you do, no, I'm joking.
Okay, do you think you should ask them why their last relationship ended.
Oh.
What happened?
That's not my business. On a first date, I feel like that's too deep, actually.
Really?
Yeah.
I feel like it's all of my business, and I feel like it's a key thing that will inform whether I give you my time.
Oh, because they could be like, I cheated, and
I think the reddest flag for me would be like, because she was crazy.
oh yeah.
Then I know.
You're gonna see crazy,
You know.
anyway.
So if you're like, I cheated, yes, that's a red flag. But how you speak about it is also important. So I might decide, you know.
Yeah.
Or I might be like, okay, I just have to be watchful for that then.
I wouldn't bring that up. I think it would spoil the mood. Because it's like,
You have so little faith in human males.
I do, but also even if it wasn't his fault, even if it was the girl's fault, it's not a nice thing to break
True,
up.
and
So I
first
feel
dates
like
should be like fun.
it should be happy. It should be a good memory that we want to talk about, some other time, if it should be a long-term thing.
I get
so
you.
I feel like it would just kill the vibes.
I get you. I'd definitely ask that.
Yeah. Okay, so then, we're coming to the end now. And what would success look like for you?
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah. Important.
Yeah. It's just important.
Yeah. So
That's it. Like,
Yeah.
then it's like,
all the
and
best.
I hope you get it.
Do you think you should ask what their purpose for partnering is? So like, what is the reason you get into relationships?
Okay. I think that this is one of those, if it comes up, things
Sure.
for me. If it comes up, then great. But also, I think it's also, again, one of those things that you can tell, kind of. Yeah.
How? Teach us.
Like in the things that the person is... Okay, fine, you can have a conversation and it can be fun and blah, blah. But I think that it can come up in certain other things that you're talking about, and then bringing in that, oh, we dated, and then, I don't know, if it comes up in that context, then I think, or if stuff like that comes up in the conversation, then I think you could tell if only and only if it comes up. So if it comes up, then I would possibly be like, oh, so why do you date? I mean, especially if, for example, you're talking about like a whole lot of people that you dated, and then I could ask, so like, what is your purpose for dating? But if it's not at all a thing that comes up in the sense of things, then I would leave it for some other day.
Yeah. I think I'd definitely ask it on the first date, because
you're asking a lot of questions on this first date.
Guns blazing. Because I mean, this is the time where I am least invested.
Yeah.
And I want to know, Uguti, if we do this, what role would you like me to play? So someone who's like, I want to get married so somebody can give me kids, and I'm tired of doing my own washing and my own cooking. Then I know that.
Do me a favor, please. Get out of here. Get out of here, man.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So yeah, it's a really important question for me. And also, you get a sense of somebody who is trying to run away from themselves into a relationship.
Yeah.
So they're here because they're lonely and they hate. Then I want to get away as soon as possible.
True.
Yeah.
True. Okay, the last question. Do you believe in a girlfriend allowance?
First date.
No. I think that just sense, an undertone. And I know that probably the right answer is yes, but I know me, and I would not.
You wouldn't answer. You wouldn't ask the question.
I wouldn't ask the question. Yeah.
I think possibly. Also, I think it's one of those.
How?
I think it's one of those questions that open up a conversation about men's roles and women's roles, and I love those conversations. So even if I don't really care whether you're going to give me money or not if we get into a relationship, I just want to hear how you think.
Yeah.
Because you can always tell that someone is like what their core beliefs are about men and women by how they talk about something like that, and people are usually really passionate about that topic.
True.
So it's
they're on either side.
Yeah,
it's either a strong yes or a strong no. So that's actually that actually sounds like a good question, because it does open up so much conversation. Because men do feel strongly about it. Well, people in general do feel strongly about it. And that's the end of our episode.
It's a wrap.
It's a wrap. Alright guys, don't forget to subscribe and comment below. Tell us what you think about this episode, and like it if you like it.
And tell us what questions you like asking on a first date, or you feel like are no-go questions on a first date. We love hearing from you guys.
And do you agree with our answers also?
Yeah.
Alright, thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.
Bye.